Welcoming in now on the Hadid Mercer Rug Cleaning Hotline, though, for the first time. Very happy to welcome Rio Robinson into the show. What's going on, buddy?
No, I'm great right now, man. I'm ready for some more football. It's just preseason, but I'm itching for it, man. I'm excited to see another Commanders football game.
And Washington Commanders super fan and has his own YouTube channel. So Commanders preseason game number 2 this weekend. I've been saying I think the number one thing I needed to see is Jaydon Dotson make a catch. Look, I'm not saying the hype is overrated, but I am saying that he was the most talked about guy pretty much on the entire East Coast for the last 3 months, and then in preseason week number 1, he didn't have a catch. Now, he did draw that pass interference penalty, but I need him to make a catch, and I needed it to come from Carson Wentz. It's not the same if it comes from Taylor Heineke. What do you think?
Oh, I'll tell you, for one, he will not be on the field with Taylor Heineke in the twos because he is the slotted, targeted number 1 receiver opposite Terry. And I will say that even in the pass interference he drew, that was a perfect ball. He catches that if he doesn't get held on that play. But all the hype has been very warranted. Like, this guy, he looks like a carbon copy of Terry McLaurin, but with better hands in practice. And
Whoa.
I am so excited to see him play. Just think of it like this. They may be waiting to unleash him, and they only played 3 possessions, so we'll see a lot more Dotson this week.
I mean, you got me excited, man. You really did, saying he's got just as good, maybe not better hands than Terry McLaurin.
He has better hands than Terry.
Really?
More natural.
Wow.
Yes. Terry body catches.
I love that, Rio.
Catches everything with his fingertips.
I mean, there's just so much talent on this offense. There's so many weapons. We haven't talked about Curtis Samuel. You mentioned Jaydon Dotson. You mentioned Terry McLaurin. Hopefully Logan Thomas comes back healthy eventually, probably not week 1. And there's so many people for Carson Wentz to throw the ball to. But if this team is going to be successful, you've watched this team for long enough to know. I've watched this team for long enough to know. We got to run the dang ball, right? When we have
Absolutely.
success on the ground, this team is able to score more points. We're able to use play action more, and we're able to hold on to possession and give our defense an extra break. I've been saying I'm already ready to say there's a running back controversy. I want Brian Robinson Jr. to hold the rock week 1 against the Jaguars. What do you think?
First of all, Brian Robinson has a great last name. We have the same last name. I'll probably see him at the family reunion one day. Secondly, I'm not even sure it's a controversy. I think he may already have the job. Like, I've been out to camp I went out to camp 6 times this year. I was fortunate to be one of the fans who was able to come out a bunch of times. He was already working in with the ones before Gibson fumbled twice that one practice and fumbled on his second carry of the preseason game. This guy looks every bit of the part of a feature bell cow running back. He's yoked. He's shiftier than you'd think for him to be a bigger running back. He has natural hands. Sign me up for the Brian Robinson show. What he did in preseason game number 1 in such limited time and punching in the inaugural touchdown of the Commanders' era of football, I'm right there with you with the Brian Robinson train, man.
You mentioned being at camp. I wonder, because I haven't been able to get down there yet, what was your biggest takeaway besides the guys that we've already mentioned?
Cole Turner. Before he tweaked his hamstring, it looks like he is going to start for the team.
Can you compare him to another tight end in the NFL? Because everyone does keep hype him up, but I haven't really heard a comparison. Besides, I heard Jordan Reed, and I didn't like that comparison.
I don't like I get it. Like, I get the Jordan Reed comparison, but Jordan Reed moves more like a wide receiver, but was a tight end. He's more tight end built, even though he's a wide receiver convert. But I'm trying to think of maybe like Jimmy Graham light, with not as much athleticism, but he high points the football well. He knows the offense, and he got all of the number 1 reps up until he tweaked his hamstring when Percy Butler tackled him at practice that day. And my theory is that they're putting him on ice because they need him to start week 1. Because I like Bates. I think they want the more versatile pass-catching option to be the starter, and he's looked every bit of the part. I call him Aquaman. That's a nice guy, man.
I love it. Joined by Rio Robinson on the Hadid Mercer Rug Cleaning Hotline. You can follow his YouTube channel. Type in Rio Robinson. You're killing it, man. 4.6 thousand subscribers. All your videos are getting a lot of views, man, and I love the thumbnails. Look, I'm a video editor myself, so I'm super into graphics, and I want to give you I just want to give you your flowers, man, and tell you it looks great.
I appreciate you, man. I got some great people working with me on these things. I was able, since I got into this fan ambassador program with the team, to meet some great people. My guy Brad Angel, who does my logo, and my guy on Instagram, Cameron Wallace Designs. I give him the vision, and he puts the thumbnail together with exactly what I want on it. So, yeah, I appreciate you, man. I love this YouTube stuff, man.
Yeah, no problem. Let's continue talking Commanders here with preseason week 2, and I want to know what you want to see from the defense this weekend against the Chiefs. I was very disappointed at the touchdown that we gave up to Sam Darnold. When it was you play a zone in the red zone, it drove me crazy. Fred Smoot told me I was wrong. He said, no, you don't need to be playing man-to-man in the red zone. You need to play zone some and mix it up, but you got to do a better job of reading your zone, and you can't have the communication issues. That didn't even talk about the third down issue. So what do you need to see from the defense in preseason week number 2?
I mean, you just hit the nail right on the head. Communication issues and third down defense. I need Jack Del Rio this year. I know we're not going to open up the full arsenal of the playbook in the preseason, but I need to see corners not lined up 8 to 10 yards off the ball, pretty much giving up 7 to 8 yards of play. I need us to get off the field on third downs. I need us to not let Jags like Sam Darnold come in fresh and throw a touchdown on us, because he doesn't even belong in a quarterback competition right now. I need to see the linebackers. Communicating well and flying to the ball. We've heard all this talk about Jamin Davis this week. I want to see Jamin Davis play with the confidence and the bravado that he walks around and carries himself with. This guy exits practice with the small hoochie daddy shorts on, with the 12-pack out. He looks like a superstar. I need the play to match the confidence, and I need to see someone in the secondary make a play on a ball, because the only guys who did were the 2s and the 3s, Percy Butler and some Parker and some of those guys. So I need to see the secondary do something. And I need to see the edge rushers hit home. The interior line, Payne and Allen, they always make an impact. Sweat gets to the quarterback. He doesn't finish the sack a lot. I need to see the edge rushers get home and finish a sack, because Patrick Mahomes is playing the whole first half, and we know who Patrick Mahomes is. So this is a great test for the defense.
Joined by Rio Robinson on the Hadid Mercer Rug Cleaning Hotline, doing a great job breaking down the Commanders in your first time here on Awadd Radio, the new Sports Radio 910 The Fan, now at 105.1 FM is where you can find us in Richmond, Virginia. Also available on the Odyssey app, where you can rewind the podcast. You can check out the podcast by typing in Awadd Radio, or you can also rewind on the Odyssey app. And so, special teams. It feels like to me I'm the only person that talks about this week in and week out. And last year, I don't think it gets talked about enough about DeAndre Carter was really special in special teams. He really was. He changed the field a few times. And then on offense, we got him involved in the screen game. I think we're going to miss him. And then with special teams, maybe the answer now is Antonio Gibson, right? So he fumbles the ball, and because of that, they say, hey, you're going to have to be working out with the second team guys. You're going to do punt return. You're going to do kick return. You're going to do anything to get on the field and make sure you make this roster, because we're not going to cut Antonio Gibson. So what do you think? Is he the answer at special teams now?
See, the thing is, there's a two-sided coin to Gibson being a returner. He was a great returner and one of the best in the nation while he was at Memphis. So I can see why they want. I can see the vision of why they want him there. But the other side to that coin is, if he's fumbling handoffs, could you imagine him how the stadium is going to go crazy if he muffs a punt or a kick return or fumbles a kick return? At that point, it's going to feel like, where can we put this guy on the field? We're not down on Gibson. We don't want Gibson released off the team, but that may be a dangerous situation, putting him back there to return. But anyway, we can use his skill set, we should use it. I think Alex Erickson is going to end up being your return specialist here. And who knows, he may have the season Carter had. He was getting involved with Howell in the offense, and he can return. Remember, DeAndre Carter had 0 career touchdowns coming into Washington. So I don't see why Alex Erickson would not have a chance to replicate the same thing we got from him.
That's my guy, Rio Robinson, Washington Commanders superfan and YouTuber. Check out his stuff and follow him on Twitter at Rio Robinson91. Thanks so much, man. Good stuff.
I appreciate you, man. I'm coming on anytime, and I got to get you on the channel.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. I'm Adam Epstein. You're listening to Awadd Radio on The Fan.